In 1999, sitting at the kitchen table at my sister Sharon's house, she told me she just watched the scariest movie she had ever seen in her entire life. The movie was The Blair Witch Project, a found-footage-style movie of 3 people who get lost in the woods while searching for the Blair Witch, only to be terrorized at night in their tents. Halfway through watching it with my wife, I realized it was Sharon, and not my other sister Gina, who had called it the scariest movie she'd ever seen. Gina watched all sorts of scary movies from Dawn of the Dead to the mad slasher movies of the 1980s. If Gina had said it was the scariest movie she had ever seen, then this movie would be far more intense. While it wasn't the scariest movie I had ever seen, Blair Witch was notable for its innovative marketing approach. The creators seeded social media with websites and blog posts telling the backstory as if there was a real Blair Witch legend. The mention of camera footage found from 3 lost hikers raised interest to make the movie both popular and a financial success. 17 years later, the movie Hunting Matthew Nichols pays not only homage to the Blair Witch Project, but I would call it an unofficial sequel surpassing the original movie. Similar to the 1999 classic, Hunting Matthew Nichols is shot documentary style following his sister's investigation of the cold case disappearance of her brother Matthew and his friend in the forest of Vancouver. She is helped by 2 friends, the documentary's director and the camera person, to make it a team of 3 investigators. At times, the documentary style of shooting unintentionally broke the 4th wall, reminding the audience that this is a fictional movie. For example, the camera is already rolling in complete darkness when the team is woken up in the middle of the night in their hotel room from someone pounding on their door. Why would the camera be recording ahead of them turning on the lights? Through the course of the movie, we learn that Matthew and his friend had reenacted the Blair Witch movie on his video camcorder before their disappearance. Her brother Matthew had gone missing a year or 2 after Blair Witch was released. He was a fan of the movie and an avid teenage filmmaker himself. Hunting Matthew Nichols is a found footage nested brilliantly within another found footage movie. When Matthew and his friend went missing in the forest, the only evidence found was his camcorder and a strange totem. At one point, the audience was watching this documentary of the sister watching the found footage, while a 25% of time in the 1999 found footage Pioneer took place outside of the forest. 75% of time in this 2026 movie takes place in the town. They interview the locals and investigate both the disappearance and the rumors that swirled around the community after their disappearance. This does help develop the character relationships, and it builds toward the climax of the movie, which takes place in the forest, where the brothers' camcorder was found. As a direct homage to the original movie, there is even a scene where 2 of the characters argue about the map and if they were going in the right direction. Years ago, I wish the Blair Witch Project had shown a scary figure leaning out from behind a tree while the person was looking at their camera, something only the audience might have seen. Hunting Matthew Nichols includes such a shot. It goes beyond that in revealing the horror that is in the forest. The Blair Witch Project left the audience guessing on exactly what happened. Overall, I would definitely recommend watching Hunting Matthew Nichols, and I give it 4 out of 5 stars. If you have never seen The Blair Witch Project, I recommend you watch it before seeing this movie. I call Hunting an unofficial sequel to the 1999 found footage Pioneer that surpasses the original. While The Blair Witch Project thrived in horror based on what you couldn't see, Hunting Matthew Nichols leans into revelation, and for me, that choice pays off. It transforms homage into the evolution of storytelling, delivering a more tangible and ultimately more haunting experience. What are your thoughts about Hunting Matthew Nichols or the Blair Witch Project movies? Please like this video and leave a comment below. Thank you.